follow. Robinson Slay. Yo, let's go. Your phone's about to turn. I'm sorry to hear that. Dude, who's ready for feed? SE off, thank you for the follow. Sorry, Salem, Chloe, and Jazzy B, thank you for the follow. Jace says hello. Where's the Funko Poppy? Well, they got multiple. There's 2 different Evans. Oops, my fingers. Isaiah says, yo, welcome from Norway. Everyone who's in this live stream, welcome. What do you do if you fall on stage? Whenever I fall, I've fallen on stage 3 or 4 times. And the 4 times that I've fallen on, every time, I'm not going to lie because I'm here to give you straight answers. Whenever I fall on stage, I pretend that I'm, like, in character. So if I fall, you'll see me go, like here's an example of me falling on stage. This goes for any band performers. If you fall on stage, you'll be like, I wanna feel things, yeah, injected with your boy. That's what I do. So you're welcome. Jason, thank you for the follow. Yo, Roman, we'll see you in Britain. Let's go. Someone says, can I call you grandma? Fuck no. How about that? Sophia says hello. Ash says hello. Sophia Batty, thank you for the follow. Amber Rune. Cairo, thank you for the follow. I'm going to do my best to respond to everybody in this live stream. But just because I am responding to you doesn't mean I have to be nice. I'll give everyone my attitude. Like Camilo says hi. That's all right. That's very nice. Mama's House, thank you for the follow. Lexi, thank you for the follow. S says hello. But if you are putting a comment, you're signing yourself up for potentially free sass. Did you feed on someone? I can't give an answer to that. I love myself says hello. Kitessa says hello. Why do you hang off balconies? Dude, for me, I grew up watching bands that push the limits live. I'm a huge fan of pushing the limits and the adrenaline and the art of performing. Part of it is the art of performing is feeling the music as powerfully as I can. And if we make metal, hard rock music, I want to like literally feel on stage like my life is coursing through, you know, my veins. And I'm literally holding on to a balcony while I'm singing for my life, because then, you know, there's adrenaline. I'm like, you know, so for example, I hung off a balcony on the song Hostage live at the last show in Tennessee. I was like hanging off my one arm, right? I was thinking, like, I'm exhausted living like a hostage. They can try to erase us. If I'm supposed to be the beacon of hope, I'll fucking do anything. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know, I mean what I say in every song and every word and with everything I do. So to the 680 people, welcome to this live stream. I feel very lucky to have this many people showing up for us. I'm going to answer every single question on this live stream. And if you have a question for like a controversial question, here's a good controversial question. I'm going to respond to all of them. But why do you follow OF goth girls if you don't fetishize goth women? Yo, allow people to live their lives how they want, and how about you mind your own damn business? That's my thought on that. You want me to answer a controversial question? Women should have the right to do whatever the fuck they want on whatever they want. If they're adults, let them make adult decisions. I am an adult. You are probably a child. I will make adult decisions as an adult. And why are you going into someone's following and really stalking them? Why? Think about all the time you had to spend to go through my following, obsessing over me, obsessing over who I'm following, and then now you're going to try to put a woman down for living her life and for making money in a way that doesn't hurt anyone, that allows her to take and reclaim her own trauma in whatever way they might. And you know, a good question for you is, what is your problem with women? What do you have against women so much? Type beat, you know what I'm saying? Why can't women just live their lives, adult women? Why can't you just live your life the way you want to? Type beat. That's my thoughts. Sam, it is weird of them. That's very strange, but this is the type of beat. So anyways, I love controversy. I grew up listening to Eminem, Marilyn Manson, everything. And I live my life as honestly as I can through my music. And I go live every day, every single day, just to answer questions as myself. So I love controversy. Hit me with them. I'll answer anything. If someone here, like someone says stop farting, you might think that, oh, he's too cool to respond to every comment. I'll respond to everything I can. How is ACDC? Stinky hamburger fart. Speaking of farts, that's the username. Pizza's what's going on. I'm live here to respond to everybody I possibly can. You guys want I'll give you all of the tea on feed. Someone says, who is feed about? I'll give you the tea on feed in a second. But before, I have actual tea on that song, and I'm ready to give it. But before I give the tea, I have to know. 777 people on a live stream. That's pretty nuts. How many of you are new? If it's your first time on a live stream, drop a comment that says new so I can see all of the new people If you're an X, drop a comment that says X. If you're an X, I will tell you why my fingers are red. I will tell you the T of feed in a second. For the new people like Guitar Dude, Daughter of Ices, welcome. Jelly is new, welcome. Big Trapper is new. Little Sissy Violet, wow, a bunch of new people. Alaska Call Sign, everyone who's in this live stream, welcome to my live stream. I go live every single day to respond to everybody I possibly can. I'll answer your questions, I'll provide advice. And if anyone has a controversial question, I'm not afraid of anything. That's why I go live every single day. I'll never stop. But a quick question for all the new people. How did you find me? If you were just scrolling and you were like, well, who is this guy, right? FYP. If you know my music, be like, hey, I know your music. If you didn't know I make music, be like, you make music? This is for all the new people. 764 people. Welcome. That's pretty crazy how many people. Yo, I'm just glad you love the music, Bella. That's awesome that you love the music. Viola knows the music. Word. Ray, glad you like the decorations. It's my room. It's kind of a vibe. Yo, Ray, thanks for loving the music. Dude, 770 people. Wow. Everyone is in this live stream. I'm going to respond to everything. I'm going to answer all of your questions. But before I do, I'm going to introduce myself to all of you new people. If you're new, write the word new so I can see you out yourself. Tell me where you're from. Tell me anything you know. I'm reading even while I'm yapping. I'm going to do a 5-minute tops introduction of myself, and then I'll get back to answering all of your questions and giving tea. For anyone who's new, if you're a fan of rock bands like My Chemical Romance, Green Day, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, Bring Me the Horizon, and Linkin Park, those are all the bands I grew up listening to, and ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in a band like that. And sure enough, those bands influenced me, and we've been blowing up. If you want to say you found a band on the come up with 750 people in a live, that's fucking nuts, dude. Everything in my life, we played Warped Tour, about to play a sold-out European tour. This is the biggest I've ever been in my career. Today's even a new peak. If you want to say you found a band on the come up, check us out. Look up Tx2. Anywhere you have music, like Lulu, you like Linkin Park, you might like us. Look up Tx2. You might also not like us, and that's also very okay. But if you want to give it a chance, new people, give it a chance and look up Tx2. All right. So new people, one last thing. Now that I have 700 of all of your attention, this is the most important part of my live. No matter what anyone says, this is the most important part. My goal and the reason I go live every day is because I want to make a difference. I have a platform and I'm here to tell people really important messages every day, and this is part of it. I'm building a community that you are welcome to be part of. I will answer your critique if you can wait till the end of this, and I will answer your critiques. And I will answer any controversial question you have. I'm ready for it. But before I do, just give me 1 second, all right? If you can give me 1 second, I'll give you 1 second. All right. I'm building a movement. It's called the X movement, and anybody is welcome to join it. I feel like the alternative scene has become like a cool kid contest filled with poser this, poser that, and it's all about putting people down. It also has a creepy reputation, and I hate that the emo scene or people associate emo with being creepy. And I've always like, okay, how do I change that? I have a platform, and here's my idea. I'm going to build a new scene that anybody is welcome to join, and eventually there's going to be more of us than there are of them, and it's already insane. We already have over 17,000 members in our Discord. I mean, look, 700 people on a live is fucking crazy. We're growing, and we're building a movement. If you want to be part of it, welcome to the X movement. It's that easy. We just have 3 rules. This is the most important thing. Rule number 1 is if you're going to be part of this movement, you promise to stay alive. Life is worth living. You might have heard some of my song lyrics, and I write songs when I'm at a low, and I take a picture of one moment of my life. But that is not my entire life. I know now life is worth living, and all of you need to be here. If we're going to make a difference, I need as many of you as I possibly can. We need as many hands as we can to make a big change. So rule number 1, you're promising to stay alive, understand life is worth living, and we need you here no matter how low it gets. All right, rule number 1, you're promising to stay alive. Rule number 2, let's talk about safety. Any emo kids and minors, listen up. There is never a reason an adult and a minor should have a private relationship in any shape, form, convey at all. If that ever happens, it's fucking weird. I wish I knew this when I was a kid. I was affected by this, and that's why I'm trying to tell all of you future emo kids, there's never a reason an adult should be privately messaging you ever, ever. 0 exceptions. Your favorite artist is not your best friend. Nobody's that. People, adults who are sane will hang with adults their own age. And kids, hang out with kids. But there is an important separation. Age is not just a number. And I need all of you to understand this so I can keep all of the emo kids that like Tx2 safe. Don't ever listen to an adult trying to form a private relationship with you, no matter who they are. Rule number 2. Rule number 3. No gatekeeping or hate. No one gives a fuck how long you've listened to some band or how long you've been emo. That should not matter. What matters is that you actually care about other people and the safety of others, and you're interested in learning about the alternative scene. That is it. And no one gives a shit about anything else, okay? So rule number 3, no gatekeeping or hate, no bullying. If you ever see an ex being bullied also, you're promising to stand up for them. If you are part of this movement, you will not be a bystander. If someone is bullying someone who's part of this movement, you will stand up for them. even if you don't need me to do that. And you're like, oh, I don't have purpose in life. Well, make your purpose helping someone else. There's so many people getting bullied right now, and we need more people to stand up for them. So if you were part of this movement, you were promising to stand up for them. For everyone who's new here, welcome to the X movement. If you want to be an X, you're like, I like those 3 rules, I can follow it. Join our community. It's called the X movement. Anybody who likes what we stand for, be like, I want to be a new X. For all of you new people, you said you're new. Now tell me, are you a new X? Or are you just new on this live stream? That's for the new people. If you want to get extra involved, my last thing is we have a Discord. It's called the X movement. Everybody who is part of it is an X. If you want to be part of our Discord, DM my IG at tx2 official. Ask for a link to my Discord. If I've missed you, DM me again. But Insta is the only place I will check my DMs. By the way, Insta only on Insta. And I will only ever respond to asking for a link to the Discord. If you DM about anything else, you're wasting your time. I don't owe you anything, and I'm actually setting a boundary. I will not respond to you about anything besides if you ask for a link to the Discord. So new people, if you want a link to the Discord, DM my IG at tx2 official. Ask for a link to my Discord. This Discord is growing huge. If you want to make friends before coming out to a show, if you want to show your concert photos, I will tell the Discord something secret right after these live streams. There's so much happening right now. Discord hears everything first. If you want to be in the Discord, DM my IG at tx2 official. Ask for a link to my Discord. If I've missed you, DM me again. I check my DMs every few days. DM me a bunch if I missed you. If you don't want to DM me on Insta, just Google search the X movement or TX2's Discord. All right, time to respond to everyone. Now, you'll notice people love to do hate comments when I can't respond to them because they're fans. They sit around on the live stream. They put their hate comments while I'm doing my introductions. But now I will respond to everybody. So hit me with anything. Mimi says, how are you? I'm doing good. What about you? Isaiah, hit me with your controversial question. I'm ready for anything. Emmy's your sister. I don't have a sister. That's fucking weird. TXT. Conan, thank you for the love. You look a bit pale. Are you doing good? I'm just a vampire by rumor. Please don't go bald. I'll do my best. Daniel, thank you. Be more exciting. How about you? What's your favorite animal? I like ravens. Donovan says Diddy blood. And my bet right here is Donovan looks like a Christian and either a child or likes children. That's why he's on this live stream without any basis talking about that kind of thing. Please, everyone, check Donovan's hard drive. Watch out for this guy. All kids, please watch out for Donovan. I highly recommend watching out for Donovan. Check out that account and just make sure you never stay away from it. If that kid guy messages you, stay away. Very scary man. Tell Donovan to stay away from kids. Hey, Cal, I am actually 5'4". Brooke says hello. But hit me with anything. You guys want to respond to me? I'm ready for everything. Sarah says hello. I'm a pro, baby. Lamps. Yo, Chloe, thanks for loving the makeup. Yo, does anyone have a controversial question, though? Except for Donovan. Tell Donovan to stay away from children. What songs will you be singing in London? Where we have a full set list of craziness. I would say a new song on London is a sold out, our biggest headliner of my life. I cannot believe over 600 people are coming to our London show. Dude, that's the biggest TX2 show as a headliner ever. We're going to play extra songs there. But anyways, and the craziest thing is we're at like 1 million monthly listeners before this. So like imagine where it's going to go. Where everything TX2 is going to go. And guess what? I go live every day. I talk about, so here's I'm just going to respond. Sophia says, what advice would you give to a bullying victim? I'm as open as I can a bit about these things. I can't even say the thing, but this is an all-age audience, but just for you specifically, a professional therapist. I would know because I've dealt with this, and what you were talking about, I've dealt with. And my piece of advice is that terrible things in life happen, and you need to talk to a professional. A professional therapist will help you cope with it. Find the right therapist. But there's hope with time. Just give it time. And that goes for every single one of you. For anyone who's feeling low and feeling like there is not... You know what's crazy? Here's a crazy story because all of these things are happening. About 4 years ago, I wrote a song, Pull the Plug, because I literally did feel like at that time doing that. I would have never experienced this. I had less than 1,000 followers on TikTok at the time of Pull the Plug, etc., or maybe like a little before that. When I felt this low, I would have never known that I could go from being a normal person to now having this type of career and this type of lifestyle. And I think any of you can too. I didn't have any fucking handouts. Everyone likes to say industry plant because I just fucking spent every day going live, posting every day. What's the secret to blowing up? The secret has been I have made 0 exceptions and reasons that I can't go live or post every day. And for the last 5 years, I have worked my life away, as you guys have seen. And we're doing it. We're doing it. So it's happening and it's possible. I'm here to prove to every single one of you you can do it. So anyways, big crazy T live, huh? It's TX takeover. All right, that was a lot of tea for today. My TXT, I ask that you don't repost. Someone always posts shit but maybe I can trust you that I ask you don't. These TXTs for the live streams. All right. And also out of respect for that person, for all of the people that I listed in my TXT, I didn't give any names. So in no way, shape, or form is that negative. Anyways, so and if anyone else does anything from there, that's their problem, not my problem, because I made it no one would have any fucking clue about anything I'm talking about. Anyways, why are your I'm glad my music could help you. Everyone stay clean. Please take care of yourselves. We need you all here. Dude, look, TX2's doing it. So you better be here for the day TX2 plays stadiums, and you could be like, I remember there's only 500 people in his live. I was there. All right. So everyone my dad thinks you're gay. Hey, tell your dad to not think I'm gay. Be like, wait, he is gay. He's like, well, he's bi, he's pan. Just say gay for old people to understand. All right, everyone. I'm Tx2. If you want to check out my band, look up the letter T, the letter X, the number 2. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, anywhere you have music, you can find us for the new people who like my vibes. I go live every day. If you want to get notifications every time I'm live, join the Discord at Tx2 official. If you want to be on our Discord, DM my Insta. It's the same username as this account. Insta's the only place I'll check my DMs. Can I have a link to your Discord? If I've missed you, DM me again. Anybody's welcome to join the movement. I'll check out my DMs later tonight, and I'll send out links to every single person if I missed you. Live on YouTube, Tx2 official on YouTube, and that's where I'll do a cambush. Tx2 official on YouTube. Boo, YouTube, boo.